Hello and welcome back to the What is K-pop podcast, where in which I talk all things K-pop. Hi, my name is Sophie. I've been a K-pop fan since February 2021. Been doing this podcast since February 2024. I turned 22. Oh my god, on the 26th of this month. So this episode's going on the 4th of August. Today's the 20th of July, so it's a little bit of pre-filming. I'm there. Can't speak. I'm going to try and do 2 episodes today, but I actually do have to do my college work today. Like, as in, I've told myself I'm not letting it go on to next week, so we're doing it today. We're submitting it today. Because it's meant to be submitted on Wednesday. This is really bad. I'm not going to tell you what I did. Oh, I did not do. Because I feel so bad about it. But yeah, I have to admit, it's kind of funny. But yeah. So we're talking about debuts plan NewKids from Starship Entertainment. I do want to say, for argument's sake, that I'm not going to talk about Juhwan's controversy, mainly because of the fact I just don't care to talk about it, and I don't know too much about it. Because, to be fair, this program, I was just like, cool, they're making another program, and then I just sort of kind of blanked it, I guess, from my mind. And also, quite honestly, I just don't want to talk about it. Like, it happened, and he's no longer a part of the debuting group, but here we are. And also, just like really randomly, I thought it was meant to be a 7-member group, but then it turned out to be an 8-member group, and then obviously it's gone down now to 7 again. And from just from like being a K-pop fan in general, I will always say like I'd have an odd number of group members, honestly. It's just gonna make choreographing so much easier. Like we've seen it with like Cat's Eye and a bit with Le Seraphim when I think maybe Le Seraphim, Hearts to Hearts from SM. They have had troubles with that one of the members that always in the back and stuff like that. So I'll always kind of say like have an odd number. Have an odd number of members in your group and stuff. And also I always feel like the number of members in boy groups and girl groups are completely different, like the best amount. I'd say like 5 members for girl groups and 7 members for boy groups. Obviously, I do like groups that have like 6 or 8 or, in 17's case, like 13. But I think, visually speaking, it just looks better when it's like 5 or 7. Anyway, that's irrelevant besides the point. I'm gonna cut that out. I was just talking about the dog. Anyway, so debuts plan, NewKids. When this first got announced, they had like AI versions or like drawn versions of the members. So like people genuinely thought that these weren't real people and that like they were gonna be like a virtual group that the survival show was making. But no, it's like a real group. Yeah, it was made by Starship Entertainment, featuring 21 contestants, airing on YouTube from the 14th of March to the 4th of May 2025. And the debut group, I don't know, but like I do know, kind of. But it took me far longer than I care to admit to figure out how to say the group name. I did, right? I, for some reason, thought that it was IDID. For some reason you were calling your group IDID. And I was like, right, okay, so how on earth do you say that? I don't know why on earth it didn't occur to me that it would be I did. It's like the same with Own You. For like the longest time, I thought it was 1W. Like that's how you said his stage name. I was like, how the hell are you supposed to say this? Like, you? What? It didn't occur to me that it would be Own You. I swear I'm clever. Or on you. On you. I swear I'm not I swear I'm not stupid. I swear I do have a head in there. And I'm like, I can assure you that, like, for some reason can pronounce really strange things. And like when the transcript comes up for like the show and stuff, and I am like going through it and checking to see if it picked up the right spelling. It comes out well. I just don't understand why I'm like kind of silly with that sort of stuff. It's just strange. I don't get it. Yeah. They're gonna debut on the 15th of September or the 14th of September, later on this year, which is interesting. The debut teasers, their debut teasers. I don't really have an opinion because I don't really care for the group. Well, not care. Well, not in like a bad way. It's more of a, there's just so many groups these days that I'm kind of getting debut fatigue. If that's like some, if that's like a thing, and especially because like Monster X are coming back in September, and I don't feel like Gravity really have like a solid concept, and obviously they have Ive and now Kiki, and the fact that they don't do anything with Cosmic Girls, DWJSN. I feel like they should either figure out what they're doing with Cosmic Girls or get a cohesive concept and stuff going for Gravity. Obviously, I know they just had a comeback. You know, figure that sort of stuff out before debuting another group. Just saying. But you know, I will listen to the group and I will talk about kind of my feelings on that sort of stuff. And they are releasing a pre-debut thing. I have to actually go onto the group's profile page. They will release their first pre-debut single, What Did You Do Yesterday, on the 24th of July. So obviously I will listen to that. So they're debuting on the 15th of September 2025 with I Did It. Yeah, I will check it out, but you know, it isn't really something that I'm terribly like, oh my god, I have to like watch this debut. Also, I love the guy on the end trousers, like the weird pattern on it. I love that. Yeah, just randomly. I don't even know their names. I'm really bad with faces, genuinely. It's really bad. So anyway, the show premise was debut's plan was structured around 5 stages, known as plans. So plans 1 to 3 focused on 2 to 1 battle format where 2 groups competed per song. 4 to 5 shifted to 1 to 1 battle format, format focusing on individual performances. A total of 33 Starship trainees. 33? Oh yeah, 21 contestants, yeah. Went through a rigorous 77-hour evaluation process with the goal of selecting 21 members for the 2025 debut prep group. Honestly, I don't like that sort of thing with survival shows. I don't like the entire thing of like survival shows in general as like an entire concept, because you know it's kids' dreams that are being crushed, honestly. And like obviously I don't really have that same experience, but basically being told when you're 15 to basically lower your expectations of yourself from a teacher, I kind of do understand the thing of being told no and that you're not good enough. I just don't like the idea that these kids are basically being put out as lambs to be slaughtered, you know, that sort of thing. I really don't like that whole idea, especially that, like, as the public, we're being the ones to choose if these kids get to live out their dreams, you know? Like, I'm not saying that the company should be the only people weighing in. I'm also not saying that we as the public should be the only ones weighing in. I think from a moral standpoint, it's so weird. Like, all these kids can't have their dreams. That doesn't mean that we should necessarily be able to see them being crushed, you know? I don't know. I don't know. The expected lineup will consist of 7 members, but if the selections of the board, which is the entertainment company, and the fans differ, 8 to 14 trainees may advance to the final debut evaluation before the final decision is made. Voting occurs in 3 rounds with results determined by a 1-to-1 weight combination of Korean and global fans alongside the board's evaluation. The MC was Min Hyuk from Monster X, and the mentors were K-Will Youngjun from WJSN and formerly of IOI, Chae Young-jun, who's a choreographer and part of 1 Million Dance Studios, In-kyu, choreographer and member of We Dem Boys, and Siamese, who's dance and choreographer and member of La Chica. Just to ask. 13 minutes. Good. Always the wonderful time. Okay, so first member we have is Kim Min-jae, born on the 17th of August 2005, making him a Leo and a Rooster. He trained at the Deaf Dance School and had been an SM trainee for about 2 years and trained for 3.5 years before appearing on the show. Next one we have, I'm also going to not say who got into the group because I'll probably do an episode on I Did, or just talk about the members who got in when they release their pre-debut single, which will come out probably. And he trained for 2 years and 4 months, initially prepared to be a model, and is known as one of the junior trainees. Next one we have is Baek Jun-hyuk, born on the 7th of June 2008, making him a Gemini and a Rep. You know how I feel about the younger trainees. We're not going to talk about them now. He is a former trainee under JYP Entertainment in 2020 and SM Entertainment. Yeah, no. He trained for 3 years and 4 months. He's currently attending Hamlin Multi Arts High School and is known as one of the senior trainees. Next one we have is Park Won Bin, born on the 19th of April 2006, making him an Aries and a dog. There's actually a lot of flack given to the Won Bin because obviously Won Bin from Rise, but I'm like, I hate to break it to you, but Taehyung from BTS shares the same name as Taehyung from KARD, and that's never been an issue, so how about we shut that down right now and just let the poor kid debut, okay? Thank you. Sorry. I just get a bit riled up sometimes. And he trained for 4 years and 2 months, which is the second longest in the company. And he's obviously one of the senior trainees. Next member we have is Chu Yu-chan, born on the 3rd of October 2006, making him a Libra and a dog. And he trained for 4 years and 4 months and is a former IST trainee and passed the final auditions for Kakao M in September of 2019. He's also one of the senior trainees. Next one we have is Jung Se-min. He was born on the 10th of October 2008, making him a Libra and a Rat. He was born in Oknawa-myeon in Gyeongsang-gun in Jeollanam-do in South Korea. And quite a lot of people say that he resembles Won-hak from Boy Next Door and Jae-hee from NCT Wish. I'm gonna be real, can't remember their faces that well enough for me to say if they do or not. He's only been training for 10 months. Which is very good to be considered for a TV show like this. Well, not TV show, but like a TV show. Next one we have is Park Seung-hyun. He was born on the 5th of October 2007, making him a Libra and a Rat. And he trained for 3 years and 9 months. And is one of the senior trainees. He's a former JYP trainee too. Park Jun-hwan, born on the 1st of January 2007, making him a Capricorn and a dog. He originally wanted to be an athlete and had lived in China before moving back to Korea and is currently attending Konkuk University High School and has only been a trainee for about 5 months. Next member we have is Jo Min-jae, born on the I can't speak, oh my god. The 6th of January 2004, which I think he's actually the... Isn't he the... Oh, it doesn't say if he's the oldest trainee. I think he might be the trainee closest to me in age. So I was born in August. He is a Capricorn and a goat. He's only been training for 1 year and 1 month and was a contestant on Make Mate 1 in 2024, but was eliminated in the finale episode, ranking at 15th. Next member we have is Jinbo Min, born on the 22nd of February 2004, making him a Pisces and a monkey. He was born in Yongsu-gyu in Incheon, South Korea, and he was accepted as a trainee in Starship Entertainment in 2021, and been training obviously for 3 years and 7 months. That... I guess it does make sense if you were accepted as a trainee towards the end of the year. But I never understand, like, the training lengths. Like, what do you calculate it from? At the start of the show, or just whenever you feel like it? Because if it was, like, 7 months from March, it would be about July. So 4 years ago. Yeah, I guess so, because it is still 2020, yeah. And he's one of the senior trainees. Next one we have is Kim Ji-young, born on the 7th of May 2004, making him a Taurus and a monkey. And he trained for 5 years and 9 months under the company, and actually joined in March of 2019. And he trained with the Gravity members, but couldn't actually debut with them because he was so young at the time. Obviously, Seungmin, he was born at the start of August 2003, and when they debuted in March, I believe, 2020, he would have only been 16 at the time, and Girly Pop would have been 15. So, yeah, no, it does make sense. Like, even the youngest contestant on the show was 16. So, yeah. Obviously, I would say, like, don't debut at this time. Like, have a bit more training. You know, the time is not a good thing when you want to have a long career in music, especially being Korean, given, you know, the mandatory military service and all that good stuff. But, yeah, no, I'd always say, like, good amount of training. Also, this is the only time I'm going to tell you, he didn't debut. So I don't know what he's doing. And I do hope that he does debut soon. He really does deserve it. Next one we have is Woo Haeun, born on the 22nd of July 2004, making him a Cancer and a monkey. And he's the only Chinese contestant, trained for 3 years and 8 months, and is part of the senior trainees and former SM and YG entertainment trainee. Okay, next member we have is Jang Kyu-hyun, born on the 7th of January 2005, making him a Capricorn and a monkey. He is trilingual and trained for only 6 months. Next one we have is Haru Mayata Haru, born on the 25th of February 2006, making him a Pisces and a dog. And he trained for 1 year and 6 months. Next one we have is Kim Yeon-so, born on the 10th of May 2006, making him a Taurus and a dog. And he was born in Namdong-gu in Incheon, South Korea, and he trained for 1 year and 5 months and is a former SM trainee. Next member we have, there's still some. Next one we have is Seok-jun, born on the 13th of November 2006, making him a Scorpio and a dog. And he only trained for 1 year and ended up leaving the show on the 17th of April 2025 due to personal reasons, which is fair enough. How many more trainees? Gosh. Next one we have is Lee Jun-seo. He was born on the 15th of February 2007, making him an Aquarius and a dog. He was born in Songpa-gu in Seoul, South Korea, and has been training for a year and 1 month. Actually ranked himself first in the self-evaluation, which I'm like, yeah, fair enough. You gotta promote yourself. Yeah, support yourself. Rank yourself high, man. But also be realistic. Sorry, that was really harsh. Sometimes I don't think before I speak and then I ended up doing it and then I have the regrets. Oh well. Sorry. I have a sick sense of humour. Anyway, next one we have is Jung Chun-so, born on the 4th of September 2007, making him a Virgo and a pig. He was born in Sinjeong-dong in Yangcheon-gu in Seoul, South Korea. He trained for 1 year and 2 months, and he was also he's only friends with Kim Seon from maybe one. Don't nearly said last but no means least, but we have Kiara Suzuki born on the 10th of May 2008, making him a Taurus and he trained for 2 years and 2 months, and he can speak Japanese and Korean. Next one we have is Lee Tae-kyun, born on the 27th of July 2008, making him a Leo and a Rat. And he was born in Jeogyeong-gu in Goyang in Gyeonggi-do, South Korea. And he was trained for 4 years and 2 months. Girly pop up girl. Lee Won-ju, born on the 23rd of March 2010, making him an Aries and a Tiger. And he was 13? Oh god, he joined the company in June 2023 and trained for 1 year and 3 months. I have said this so much over the past year. I just, no, I can't. Any trainee who is, if you're like about to turn 7, like if you're on a survival show or like in the pre-debut stage, you're a month away from turning 17 and you get announced as a member and you're gonna debut close to like 17 and a half-ish. So that means you become an adult and you're part of the Macne line, then I guess it's fine. But the fact that he is 15, like, the moral ethics of it all is a bit shaky, isn't it? Right? And also, like, not to criticize these people's parents, but who willingly lets their 15-year-old leave home to pursue their dreams like this? Really? Like, quite a lot of these people, like, I mean, granted, some of them do still live in Seoul and they move to Seoul in order to be close to their kids, but you're willingly letting your kid, like, basically be fed to the sharks, and like there's not really much that you can do about it. Like, how do you just let it happen? Obviously I can't speak on it because I'm not a mum, but I know for a fact that when I have my own kids, I'm not gonna let them do that. Even if they are like child prodigy, I'm like, if they want to do it, then like okay. But I am staying on the set. I am gonna be within like meters distance from my child if they're gonna be on a survival show, or like in some sort of cutthroat industry, or at least on like the very end of a phone if they need me and I can't be there physically. And that every day when they come home, they're coming home to a place where their mom is. Like, I am in no way leaving my kids in a place where they can like, when that sort of stuff is, when like the bad stuff is potentially breeding in that sort of environment. I'm like, no. Like, I don't like it. And I don't. It makes me annoyed because I'm like, I know I don't have the right life experience to say directly if I would do X thing, but just speaking as like a like a former kid who knows what society is like now, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't let my kids this young move to Seoul to pursue their dreams. Like this kid moved out of home at 13 to do what? To train for like 16 hours a day and be mistreated potentially, have to still go to school and stuff. Like, why would you do that? Like, ethics wise, why? I don't know. I don't know. That has been debuts planned. Obviously tomorrow will be I Did and talking about the pre-debut single. I hope you don't that I can't speak. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I certainly did. And I'll talk to you guys again very, very soon with a brand new episode. Bye.